So we are back, and we have a very special guest with us, Daniil Dubov, joined us to satisfy our wish to find out more about this very entertaining game. Daniil.
Yeah. I don't have a feeling like I know much myself. So yeah, bishop e2 kind of makes sense. So bishop b4 is the main move. He obviously went for d6 because he doesn't care about c at all. That's why I decided to castle long, sort of. So yeah, there is such a line, and I thought I was pretty sure that he has exactly zero knowledge about it. But the drawback of that idea was that, yeah, my knowledge was quite similar. I mean, I just knew it kind of makes sense, and that's it. So b5, yeah, so it doesn't work.
So
maybe I should have taken on c6 and then
after b5.
Yeah, and then maybe a3, and you sacrifice e4. I don't know, because a3 felt natural, and I remember that in general white plays a3 in many of these lines. So yeah, a3 looked reasonable, but maybe after b4 he's just better actually. I mean, I had such a feeling like after playing rouser, you start to feel like black just plays a normal rouser, yeah. And in rouser, white has bishop g5, and his opponent is on f4, and still it's kind of fine for black. And now it's not clear why I can profit from this bishop e2, bishop e3 step. Yeah. Anyway, b4 takes. So I thought it's logical to keep playing in a very ambitious way. I played king b1. Now e5 sort of surprised me. I wasn't sure what's my plan after, let's say, rook b8 or something. So e5 looks extremely risky to me, and after e5 I started to feel like it's really dangerous for black. I mean, it could be just better for black, but it's definitely dangerous. So yeah, he went e5.
Well, what was his idea playing e5 actually? Maybe just to see where your knight goes, right? And if it goes,
plus this knight f5, d5 kind of makes sense. But after e5, it's a real mess. Maybe essentially we'll say black is just much better. But I was even considering some f2, f4 here, which kind of makes sense. So ed, you just take on d4, go e5, and I mean, God knows what is that. But knight f5, I mean, once again, yeah, I mean, you don't play knight b3 if you think e5 was a mistake. So basically, if it's a mistake, it's because of knight f5. So knight f5, d5. Yeah, now I thought there are pretty much two moves that make sense. It's bishop g5, and another one is f4. So f4 would be nice, but I don't think it works after queen a5. And yeah, and then knight takes e4 is a threat. And it's pretty much, I mean, it's not that it doesn't work. I think it's pretty much resigns. I mean, it's quite a simple line. So I thought bishop g5 makes sense, and I also couldn't make it work for black in all the lines, but bishop e6. Because the main idea is that after d4, I mean, I obviously have many moves, but the simplest way I thought was just to take on d4. ed queen takes d4. Let's say knight c6, queen e3. I mean, it just looks brilliant.
Yeah.
Or maybe queen a4. I mean, probably black is fine, but at least it's obvious that white has a massive compensation. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a cool game for him. But then, then he played this bishop e6, which I actually couldn't really beat. I was thinking of bishop g5, but still I thought if black is down to bishop e6, then it's probably good for me. But yeah, somehow he played bishop e6. Tried to calculate everything again, and I actually failed to come up with something brilliant. So this f4 was my original idea, and I actually didn't see what's wrong with it. But then, yeah, I mean, in the game I was shown what's wrong with it. So f4, he went
queen a5.
Queen a5, I believe. Yeah. So now I have to take on f6 as knight.
Pretty false otherwise.
Yeah, knight takes e4 is coming. Yeah, so takes. Now d4 is coming, so f takes is logical. F takes. Yeah, and queen g5 was my original idea. So I thought, in terms of, this new thing doesn't work really well. Yeah.
So a little bit. I'm a little bit stuck.
I mean, anyway, we're strong chess players, so we can always blindfold. Yeah. So f takes, I mean, it's pretty, I mean, it's not that far. So I thought queen g5 makes a lot of sense as after f takes e5 as it will be on your screens
After queen g5.
in few seconds. So yeah, f takes queen g5. In the set in terms of geometry, it looks really nice. So first of all, it's an attacking move, so knight g7 check is coming. And secondly, I prevent d4 as I have this knight takes d4 idea.
Sure.
So in terms of geometry, it looked really tempting. And then he went rook c8, and I realized chess is not about geometry. I mean, it's pretty much designs. Because yeah, originally I was wondering about some lines like queen g. I mean, come on, we want to show the game. Yeah, maybe we have to wait a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was actually funny. So I played queen g5 being full of optimism. I thought he actually miscalculated something, and I'm probably better, or at least it's a sharp game where white is not worse by any means. And then he played rook c8, and like my original feeling was that basically I can even consider resignation immediately. Because my first feeling, I was just shocked. So rook takes c3 is coming. It's not even obvious if white has a move to just continue the game.
Actually, we were considering also after queen g5 some other move. Maybe d4, knight d4, right?
Yeah.
And then bishop a2.
Bishop a2, king c1, yeah.
h5.
Yeah, probably. That kind of makes sense. But first of all, after h5, I think I go knight f5 back.
And it's good enough,
So,
I think. Yeah,
yeah, probably.
Bishop e6.
Probably. Yeah, but after bishop e6, I mean, even king b1, it's not that I resign. Yeah, I mean, it's you probably want to repeat, or maybe I go knight g7 check.
Knight g7 check as
Yeah,
also
and
possible, right?
secondly, I thought in this line, it's kind of funny, but I think after knight takes d4, you go bishop a2. I think I can even take on a2, actually. I mean, at least I failed to... Yeah, to prove it to be wrong. So queen takes a2 check, king c1.
E takes d4 is not possible.
It is possible, but then it's a mess once again. So I go queen e5 check, and it's still a mess.
Right, yeah. That maybe is a good mess.
Yeah. I thought it's a good mess for me. Yeah, actually. Exactly.
Bishop is
So,
7.
yeah, how do we...
Yeah, I don't know.
Do we have someone who can handle this?
We can arrange it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but after rook c8, I thought it's pretty much resigns. Because it's pretty much about one move. So after queen g5, I thought optically it looks reasonable. Yeah, I mean, all my pieces are sort of developed.
Centralized, yeah.
Yeah, I'm attacking, and he has like two pieces in the attack, and basically it shouldn't work for him. And then he plays rook c8, and it starts to feel, yeah, like exactly opposite way. Like all the stuff is coming, rook takes c3 is there, knight on b4 is active, the bishop on e6 is active. So I pretty much resign. Yeah. So are we live or what's going on? Ah, we are, okay. So once again, yeah, queen a5, takes, f takes c5, f takes c5, queen g5. So yeah, after d4, I think knight takes, bishop a2 works for white. I think after both moves, but I thought this one is a bit more, yeah, okay. As a mouse will never work, yeah? So this one is more forcing, I thought. So I go king c1. Well, when I say works, it means I'm not forced to resign, which is quite something in such a mess. But yeah, after he takes d4, I think queen e5 check works. And if he goes queen a1...
Queen a5,
yeah, queen a5, and I think
c3.
knight b3, I thought.
And knight b3 even.
Yeah, and rook d8, I just go back to c1, and suddenly no checks, yeah? Yeah, looks reasonable at least. Yeah, so that's why I was sort of optimistic for like 30 seconds. And then... yeah, so how should I...
Maybe.
I have no idea what's going on here, so yeah. How to get back. So was it the line? Yeah, I took here, or what?
Oh,
so I think it was...
Bishop is6, yeah?
Ah, yeah, sure. Okay. So bishop is 6, f4. I mean, it's, you know, stressful. Bishop takes f6. Come on, I mean, I see the...
okay.
Yeah, it's his idea, but yeah, I want to play a move, yeah? So f takes, queen g5. So yeah, rook c8.
So it's kind of like surprise, right?
Rook c8, I thought, yeah, I mean, it was a very unpleasant surprise. I thought it's basically just resign. So I thought knight c3 is only move just not to resign immediately. So after knight g7 check, he just takes and plays rook takes c3. And it's basically, yeah, it's basically checkmate in the corner, yeah. So I have to go knight e3. Yeah, he took.
And maybe, was it a mistake, no?
I don't think so. So after d4, so d4 was also possible, but after d4, I thought it's knight e to d5. That's what both we...
Considering only rook d4.
That's what, yeah, that's what both we thought. And I think it's quite convincing. So knight takes f6 is a threat. So if you go knight takes d5, then there is no more checkmate. I just take on d5 with the knight, and then queen takes c5 is coming. White could be even better after all.
Okay.
And after bishop takes d5, I'm in time to take on e5 with a check as well. And then at least it's a mess. So h8 is hanging. Yeah, I mean, maybe you go bishop e7 and it works, but I mean, I felt like it shouldn't work, to be honest.
Yeah.
So queen takes h8, king d7, bishop g4, I mean, or queen takes d4 even looks very strong. So yeah, rook takes c3 was pretty much his only move I thought, but the problem, yeah, the problem is that it's good enough. And then, yeah, rook takes c3, bc. So he played, yeah, and here I actually decided to relax a little. I thought black probably has like 5 ways to win it, and I didn't feel like it's my task to calculate all the stuff. I thought, okay, he'll probably calculate precisely. He'll play something. I will recheck it and resign.
We did try, but failed.
So after the game, he told me d takes c4 wins, which is probably correct. But I have to admit it's actually surprising that
d takes c4. Yeah?
That it's only d takes c4, in his opinion. Because basically, yeah, my feeling is that if d takes c4 is only winning move for black, then it's like a massive success for white, because it looks like literally anything wins, like d4 wins.
And what's wrong with knight c4, for example?
Knight c4, queen a2, queen c2. So so I cannot really move the knight. And the idea is that now e5 is protected. So first of all, if I take on b4, oh, it started to work. Wow. Then it's always checkmate.
Bishop b4.
So d takes c4 is sort of where are we actually? I don't know. So how to get this? Yeah, this is not far away. So d takes c4 is sort of a prophylactical move to just protect e5, and then you keep coming with all the same ideas, but e5 is not hanging anymore. You can consider some bishop is e7 and some lines. But still, let's say I go bishop g4. I mean, I asked him after the game. I think we well agree that it looks lost, but I don't know how exactly. There is definitely a way, but I mean, I don't see it.
If bishop c5 now, you can take on b4. This is the idea, right?
I don't know what's the idea, to be honest. But yeah, maybe.
Maybe now it's different because you have e2 square.
Yeah, e2 square is available for the king, yeah, exactly. Maybe. Yeah, now that bishop g4 is that brilliant. But in general, like if black is down to d takes c4, then it's not such a big miss that I felt it is. Because here, so first of all, d4 was also possible. So after d4, he was worried about c takes d4,
right?
Which I would obviously have to play because otherwise, I mean, again, I just resign. And here, yeah, I felt like he has many tempting moves here. And once again, I mean, I didn't feel like it's my task to calculate. But yeah, indeed, somehow. So my first intention as black would be knight a2, but it runs into knight d5. Yeah, exactly. That is not the end of the line, I thought. So he takes, yeah, takes, and now maybe even bishop e7.
Then I would take
h8. Yeah,
yes,
king d7.
Take d5.
Yeah, but then it's probably checkmate. But yeah, but it's sort of gambling.
Bishop g4 is also possible.
Yeah, bishop g4 is there, but still he probably plays, I don't know, bishop e6 or yeah, I don't know what exactly. But yeah, it's definitely not that simple. So d takes e4 looks good indeed, but so let's say after d4, c takes d4, it looks like, I don't know, mate in 3. But maybe it is not all of a sudden. Because I was actually pretty sure that I'm lost, and Yeah, maybe queen b6 here. I thought queen b6 makes some sense as well. So now you want this... Very stressful. So now you want knight d3 check?
Still knight c4 probably, and queen takes c5.
Yeah, maybe knight...
bishop goes back, yeah?
Yeah, maybe even knight c4 and just bishop takes c4.
Ah.
I mean, if it's not checkmate, it could be just lost for black all of a sudden.
Yeah, bishop b3.
Anyway, he played bishop c5, which looks really natural and suits his style very well, so he basically decided to develop a piece, which makes a lot of sense. So now bishop takes c3 is a threat. Yeah, c takes b4, runs into queen a1. Bishop takes b4 and it's checkmate again. So he played bishop c5 here. So yeah, if he starts with queen a2 and bishop c5, then something was wrong with it. So king d2 was my idea, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, king d2.
And then I start running. Once again, it could be lost, but it's not that simple anymore. Because after d4, I think I just keep running. And then it starts to look, I don't know, queen takes c5, there is no checkmate here, and then I attack everything. Yeah.
And c takes d4 doesn't work?
C takes d4 instead of...
king e1. No, in this line actually. Yeah.
So it was...
Bishop c5, yeah.
Yeah.
King d2, d4, and if c takes d4?
Yeah, it probably has a chance. I thought maybe just bishop takes. But once again, it's not simple anymore. Yeah, I mean, he's playing for some long-term compensation. Maybe it's just -3, but maybe it's just, I don't know, equal or something. Maybe just king e1, maybe I'm fine. Maybe he takes on c2 and he's better, but yeah, even rook takes d4 is there. So it's not obvious anymore. Yeah, I have to admit bishop c5 looked very convincing before I started calculating. And also, yeah, Vladislav looked very confident. But then, yeah, c takes b4. I mean, I checked it like many times. Queen takes b4, king c1. So yeah, he has some fancy ideas here.
Queen c3?
Yeah, queen c3. I thought runs into rook d3.
Rook d3, yeah.
Yeah, queen a1. Black could include bishop a3 as well, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And then I capture e5 and I'm fine. So yeah, he actually decided to repeat the moves here. So I thought what he blundered was queen a3, king b1, king d7. I thought was his original idea.
But queen
takes e5, and my feeling is that, I don't know why, but my feeling is that he actually wanted bishop d6 here, and he simply means that queen takes h8 is there. Because otherwise it would be quite a comfortable way for black to win. You just go rook b8, after queen b2, let's say you go rook b8, and you probably win slowly, but it looks dead lost. That's exactly the way you want to win in a time trouble. Yeah, I mean, it's just very comfortable and you're playing for mate. But yeah, he just decided to repeat moves. He could have included h6 as well. I think I'm forced to go queen g3, but still I don't see what's wrong with it. I mean, he has some moves like d4 as well.
Still knight d5, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought at least. And then I thought it's important that after queen a3, I can even go king b1, I believe. And then I thought, maybe it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I thought an important line is takes. I don't know why we don't play d, but maybe it could be in position or something. But even this line works for white, so queen takes c5, bishop e6. I thought it's just very nice takes. Goes king e7. So it feels like bishop a2 is a threat, but even in terms of ideas, even c4 makes sense. So dc queen d8 mate, and then he's down to repetition probably.
Sure.
Or maybe not, maybe he goes bishop b4 and wins. But yeah, I have to admit, I thought it's just dead lost. And then, yeah, now I realize it was not that simple. D takes c4, the move he mentioned, still looks convincing to me though. But then at least it's a game, like even queen d8 check is an option. It's probably, I mean, it's obviously lost for white, but I mean, it's still a game. Yeah, it's not that I exactly resign here. And it's not even clear what is a threat exactly. So his idea is just to protect everything. I basically have time. My problem is that, yeah, there is no as there is no
Improvement,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, there is no way to improve my position, so I cannot move the knight because queen a2, queen c2 is checkmate.
And he wants to play bishop c5 probably.
Yeah, I cannot run with the king because of knight a2. And then, yeah, I mean, I have one tempo, but I thought maybe bishop g4 is a reasonable way to use it, but yeah.
Maybe even h6 then.
Or even, yeah, maybe even bishop c5,
c5
again. Bishop c5 runs into cb probably. Yeah, maybe now c takes b4 is a threat. So yeah, maybe you go h6. Yeah, maybe, but then it's still it's much more reasonable to call it a mess where black is much better. Because for instance here even queen d8 takes, and yeah, bishop takes c6 probably. I mean, is it that bad? Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe
2 pawns down, but well, that maybe practical chances, huh?
Yeah, God knows. And secondly, I thought in many lines I can go rook d8 check. So this was my trap, and then I go queen takes c5. And I mean, who is better? Why? I mean, I don't know. So why I don't play this after? Actually, I don't know, by the way, why I don't play rook d8 check.
Right here, huh?
Yeah.
And take.
Maybe he simply bluffed after the game. I mean, it could be some queen b6 or something, but at least it's yeah, it's far from clear, obviously. And the time trouble was coming, so it's like move 20, he was down to 5 minutes. So yeah, I think I was lucky. Yeah, I was lucky not to collapse immediately, because basically, yeah, I mean, it got out of my control very fast, and then it's obviously lost for white, but I was lucky that yeah, at least it's not mate in 3. And then yeah, I mean, I can get it. So basically, when you play this long tournament, you can't win a single game. I mean, yeah, I think he played like 5 consecutive draws. Then obviously, yeah, you want to be sure how you checkmate, and then yeah, the clock is ticking and so on, and you don't see win. So yeah, it just happens.
Yeah, at least it was not easy.
Yeah, it was not easy. I mean, surprisingly, it was not easy, I would say, but yeah, it was not easy, it seems. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, but great. Thank you very much for the game, first of all, and for being with us, for sharing your ideas and your calculations.
Yeah, thanks.
That was great, and good luck for the next game.
Thanks.